Now I am. Okay, recording in progress. I just summed up. Sorry for those of you that just saw the are only watching the recording. You did not see the wonderful intro. But ladies, Jenni Flickinger, take it away.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Hi. Okay, so I had Dee asked me to do a couple things for you guys specifically. There was 3 things. So I'm going to go through those things, and then we weren't sure how long it would take, so we could totally Q&A it afterwards if you guys have specific questions too, how she said. So we'll go through this, and then you guys can let me know what else you need. But nobody knows this, but Dee, I also get squirrely, and that is why I have to be a system girl. Like if you ask corporate top 5 systems girls, I'm in that group because y'all know I'm crazy. But it's not because I just love them so much and it's the greatest, it's because I have to. Like it's there, because if it's not, I'm like, it's really bad. So I that's my natural, is to just do whatever I think of, So this first thing that we're going to talk about is how I organize my day and kind of like my daily to-do list, my non-negotiables, and things like that. So I have used this to-do list for probably 9 out of my 10 years in business, and I've changed it a little bit as I've gone, but I think this is something that makes me consistent every day, and it makes me consistent year over year, where I'm not just, how like you do something for a while and then you forget about it. And then you hear a new team member say it a year later and you're like, oh shit, I used to do that. Like how many times have we thought of things like that, right? So with these here, this is my to-do list, and I can send this template over. I have like a generic version for my team that they use, but it's just an Excel document, okay? And it's broken to 4 quadrants, okay? So, and this one kind of has 2. So this first one is stuff that needs done like now. Like it needs done as soon as it can be done, okay? This group here is project stuff. This is my shopping list, and this is stuff I need to talk to my husband about. So this is like my husband list or my assistant list or whatever. So my whole life is on one paper. This isn't just like a business to-do list. This is my life. Okay. So I think also having that in one place, make sure you don't forget to do the things you need to do on your daily life as well. Like whatever that may be. Okay. So having it all in one place keeps you from having 17 papers and things like that. Right. So I do this in Excel because I'm crazy. And if you are the girl, and own up to it if it's you, you write a list, you write a nice little like notebooky stuff, and then you cross out 5 things, and then it looks messy, and then you have to rewrite the list. Anybody like, okay, some of you are like, oh yeah, that's me. Okay, so if you are like me, stop spending all that time rewriting your list, okay? Because this is my list. This is the same as this. This is what I started with this morning, and then I printed the one for tomorrow. So instead of having to rewrite the list of all the shit you didn't get done, all you're doing is deleting off the things you did, and anything that you hand wrote on there throughout the day, you're adding it. You're just typing it in. So that way you're not rewriting an entire list of things to do. You're deleting off the finished and adding any new stuff that came out throughout the day that you now need to do. Okay. So at the end of every night, I print a new one and I write the day up here on it. And then when I wake up in the morning, I have a freshly set to-do list on my desk waiting for me, ready to start my day. So there's never any like, what am I gonna do? It's already decided the night before, like here it is, okay? So with this that you guys see broke down, the things, how this first category, this is stuff that needs done ASAP. This blue one is my non-negotiables. And I'm gonna read that to you because the other stuff, it doesn't matter, my other to-do list stuff, right? But the stuff I do every day that is my non-negotiables, those are the things that are really important. If I'm on vacation, if I'm at national training, if I'm whatever, these are things that I am still trying to slide in and do, even if I'm taking the day off. Like I grew up in a household where both my parents own their own business and there's no such thing as like a day off. Like you at least go into your office for an hour and you do something, like when it's the start of the day. So like I just went to Mexico with my friends and lived my best life for a week. And every morning before I enjoyed the all-inclusive, I did my hostess coaching and I just did it really quick and it took me 20 minutes and it was fine. It was whatever. But to me, there's non-negotiables that I'm going to do every single day, no matter what, even if I'm taking the day off and not working that day. Okay. So let me give you what some of those things are for me. Okay. And these, like I said, are personal life and business life. Okay. So hostess coaching, onboarding messages, bills and budget, birthdays, wishing everybody happy birthday on Facebook, handling any outside orders that might be in my inbox. Okay. Also, I send thank you cards for people that order on my website. So I also go in, if I have the cha-ching email thing, I go in, I get their address from the COO under order history, and then I'm sending them a thank you card. I check my Engage app every day to see if anybody texted me because I have all my notifications turned off on my phone other than text and call. I get no Facebook notifications, no Snapchat, no, like nothing, like everything is turned off. I will look at it when I want to, right? I check my plan calendar. If any of you have been in my writing a business plan class, I've taught that for corporate a couple times. I always check that calendar to see if there's anything there that I planned out I was supposed to do. I try to post in my VIP group 3 times a day, and I try to post on my personal page 3 times a day. So what that looks like is this bottom one down here where it just says like personal 1, 2, 3, VIP 1, 2, 3. So that I'm just crossing off the number. Checking my emails, posting, and seeing if there's anything I need to market for my subscription boxes that day. Because I have certain days that I do certain things with that. So sometimes that stuff takes me a minute. Sometimes that stuff takes me 30 minutes. Sometimes that stuff takes me 2 hours. Okay. So it just depends, but those are the things for me that I'm doing every single day, no matter what. Okay. Now, also like I have somebody that helps me. So they pack my orders. Like obviously if I have outside orders that are coming in, I usually get about 200 outside orders a month. So I have a lot of order packing, right? So obviously if you guys are writing things down, that's something you might want to put on there. If going to the gym is important to you, if you have to do homework with your kid every day or something, write all that on there. So that way, because it feels good to cross shit off. Like I use an electronic planner because I love the ease of it, but I use a paper to-do list because damn, it feels good to scribble out all your blue and to cross out all your stuff. Like, it just feels good. Like, let's prove it that it's going to make you feel good. Okay. So the next side here is the project side. And this is what most people get distracted with. This is the fun stuff. This is the stuff you hear at national training and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to go home and I'm going to, that shit makes you no money. It just sounded cool. You want to recolor code something. You want to make a new graphic, like whatever it is, that shit does not matter. Like I've used some of the same pictures, like my cover photo for my parties is the same picture for like, since we merged, since 2016. Same cover photo that I use for every single party that I do, same shit since 2016. You want to know why? Because it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. My hostess coaching in that event to keep people engaged and messaging them every day, like doing that matters. That's more important, right? So the project stuff is the stuff that you want to do. So here's some examples of stuff on mine. Making a bridesmaids box, just having a set box, because a girl on my team did this, and I'm like, shit, that's a cute idea. Having a bridesmaids box where they can just buy a box, here's what's in it, however much dollars, and they can just buy it and give it to their bridesmaids. That's cute. Do I need to do that right now? No, it doesn't matter. Could it make me a little bit of money? Maybe, but it's fine. It's not going to make me enough to take away from the stuff that's on this side that needs to be done yesterday. Okay. My subscription boxes that I do, if you guys have heard about those, I do a subscription box. I call it Little Pink Box because it comes in a pink box and it's kind of dirty and kind of, cute, unless it's pure romance stuff, then it's kind of fun. But my Little Pink Box subscription box was on my project list for 2 years. I heard the idea at one of our corporate events and I wrote it on my list, and it sat there for 2 years. And, people were like, no way. And I'm like, seriously, it really was, because I knew I wasn't ready to bite off something like that. That is forever. A subscription box is forever. If you start it, you better never stop it. It's a subscription box. Get on it, keep on it. You have to do it. And I was not ready to bite off and have the organization with it and the tracking and the setup and just the thought process. I don't allow my brain to skip to the fun side of the paper unless this shit is done. I just can't, So that, for me, you have to be really focused on yourself. But it is an easy way when there's a visual and you're the one that classified it. It's not somebody else telling you that's not important right now. You're the one that picked where it went. Okay. So in your heart if you should be working on it or not. Okay. So that's really huge. The shopping list for me is my personal life shopping and my business shopping. So I need more confetti, but I also need to go pick up this bracelet for my mother-in-law for Christmas. So it's just everything that I need. It's not my grocery list, but it's the random shit. I just jot it down there. Okay. And then this side is for you and your partner, or you and your assistant, and whatever it is. But this is mainly for me and Brent. And it's like food for my kid's birthday party. We're changing some things in the master room closet, that kind of stuff is on there too. So all my thoughts are dumped. You guys have heard the term brain dump. It is all brain dumped in one easy place. Okay. You don't have to worry about brain dumping in a notebook and then losing your notebook with 6 years of great ideas, and now they're just gone because your kid peed on it or something. I don't know. But this is my life. But now it's nice if you store it in Excel, you have it forever, right? It's saved there. It's there. So that is how I keep my day-to-day going, how I work consistently, and how I don't get sloppy with that. Do you want to do questions all at the end, or do you want to do questions after each segment?
Whichever you prefer.
It doesn't matter to me. We can ask if anybody has any questions on this. You could ask it now.
Yeah. Just because we have a lot of ladies here on, why don't we go ahead and put questions in the chat, and then I can actually fuel those in. I have a question myself for you, Jenni.
Go. You set it up, so you get to ask.
I know. So I get to ask my own personal questions while we're waiting for more questions to come in the chat. And if they don't come in the chat, then we'll move on to the next subject. But let's say that you said that you have a generic one that you provide for your team, and I already know that lady, and I've already seen people say, please share it with us. I'll get that from you.
Yes.
Having an organization system like this, what do you have a very large client base. You already have, orders that are already coming in, or parties that are, you are facilitating. Let's say someone is new to the business, or maybe they're just starting to reboot or grow their business. What would you recommend should be non-negotiables that someone should be working on every day? Like just little tidbits of what you would have them do on a daily basis to get, their business to have
Yeah.
a long list of stuff.
So posting 3 times a day on your personal wall, posting 3 times a day in your VIP group. Start there. And listen, sometimes I do some junk. I mean, they are not always quality posts. Like I have a sale going right now and I needed a 3rd post. So I took a picture of myself like right here, like just like this in this chair and wrote extended till tomorrow. Like check, like cross it off. It does not have to be some high quality post every single time, right? Or it could be a funny, like every time I see something I like, I just store it to my computer. Or I message it to myself on my phone. If I see it there, I just Facebook message it to myself, save it on my computer. And I have like a file of boost post of just funny stuff. So every time I need something in the clutch, like I just pull from that folder and then I delete it so I don't use it again.
Okay.
Another thing would be if you do have parties, hostess coaching every single day, non-negotiable. The best way to get orders, I think when you're new, if you don't have a huge client base, is the birthday thing. So if you guys have ever heard me train on the 6 touches I do for somebody's birthday, you wouldn't be able to do all of them if you don't have their email and their phone number and stuff like that. But if you're friends with people on Facebook, you can see when their birthday is. So on a computer, I go to events, I go to birthday, I wish them happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, down the list, right? Copy paste. Then I take my cell phone and I type in their name on my cell phone and I send them a pre-recorded video of me singing happy birthday and letting them know they have a 30% off coupon. Okay. That is the easiest way to get outside orders from people. Okay. Super easy way because
we only got 2 sizes.
Because you will be able to see everything and you can see like all their orders. And let me tell you, I am not a good singer. Like, do not think this has to be like some high quality shit. I'll show you mine just so you know, like I'm not playing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. It's your birthday and I hope you have an awesome day. Celebrate really hard. And don't forget, you also get a 30% off coupon with me on your whole order when it's your birthday month. So have an awesome day. Happy birthday.
Chill, right? It looks like I just did it just then for them, like, and they're all getting it. And I'll tell you, I get a ton of outside orders from sending that video. Or I get people say, oh my God, you're the cutest thing ever. And I'm like, thanks. And guess what? Now we're linked up for a couple days. And I'm posting 3 times a day in my VIP group and I'm posting 3 times a day on my personal page. So now we're friends again. So just getting some traction and getting in front of people, the easiest way if you don't have customers, every single person on your friends list is a customer. And that birthday thing is an easy way to get it to them. And if they say, oh my gosh, yeah, that looks great, cool. Facebook message them the flipbook link, follow up in a couple days, right? So I think those would be probably the most important things to do.
Awesome. Question came in. What do you do daily for working on growing your team and partner prospecting?
Okay. So one of the things that's on my assistants list, so this would be you, is I have a list of people that are interested in the business. Their names are typed into an Excel spreadsheet, okay, because I can sort, I can delete, I can print address labels, I can do whatever I want from there. And I print that list, and every day she schmoozes 5 of them, right? So she goes on their walls, she likes a picture, she says their kid is cute, whatever, and then once we're through the list, she throws the list away and just prints a new one because people are always going to be coming in and off of that list. So it's not like something we do every day or something we do once a month. It's we print the list, try to do a couple a day. Some days we don't if she's not here, but then the next day she's here, she does a couple, and then we move on to the next thing, And once we're all the way through the list, then we just print the list again. I do that same style of format and stuff with my first level to schmooze them, because there's like 60 of them. So I do that same thing just to tap with them.
Do you send birthday messages to men as well that you're connected with on Facebook? Or do you recommend that for ladies that are building their clientele?
No, you don't need to. It's whatever. Honestly, once you get good at this business, you're going to have to delete all the dudes on your Facebook anyway, because you can only have 5,000 friends. So I delete people from the birthday messages. I delete probably 3 or 4 people a day from, like, unfriend them is what I mean by delete. Because if I've sent them a singing birthday video 4 years in a row, I do 3 years. If I send it 3 years in a row and they have not done anything and wrote me back in the thread ever, I unfriend them. They're not interested. I don't care. If they do want to buy something, they'll come back. But I'd rather have space for hot new people that are coming in, and you can only have 5,000 friends. So you're going to unfriend all the boys anyway once you do good. You keep your husband and a couple other dudes, maybe. I don't know.
And what is something that you do either on a daily or a weekly basis to keep your party flow going, especially if you notice that you're hitting like a dry spell, like, you know, some stuff comes up and you have cancellations, or you just have stuff that isn't getting the numbers that you want? What would you recommend ladies to do? Like, do you do the generic post like you always see, like book a party, or are you private messaging people? Are you texting them? What are you doing?
Okay, so I haven't had this happen in a very long time. Okay. I don't do virtual parties. I don't think they're bad. I mean, during COVID, I did maybe 6. It's like $1,200 average. It's whatever. But I do a lot of in-person parties, and I don't do a lot. I've done 48 this year. I've done 48 parties this year. So, I mean, that's kind of a lot, but not as many as a lot of people do. You know, I do 5 or 6 a month. So for me, I always am booking parties from parties. That's really easy for me to do. Also, during my 2 flash sales every year, I usually book 5 or 6 or 7 parties from those, because I'll do a really good deal to get them to book. Like, I'll do a free toy. I don't give a shit which one they pick. Even if it's a $200 one, I don't care. I don't cap it, so they can pick whatever they want. Or I'll do like 2 free months of my subscription box, or I'll do a free piece of lingerie. I'll do something that gets attention, because then I can book a lot of parties from there. So I think a generic post, or like the pick a number, like I do that once a year. One time a year is all I do that, because it's played out and they know your tricks. So they don't want to, they're not picking a number. They don't give a shit, you know, like you don't like it when somebody tries to be like coy with you and another direct sales company and sends you like, it's so nice to talk to you. I'd love to connect with other people. No, you don't. What do you want from me? You know, like, you do not. So I think, I mean, you just have to be real about it. I think I'm definitely pretty real about it. And I make it fun. And I do post, I act like I do so many parties, you know? So I'm like, oh, I only have 5 days left for the whole rest of the year to book your party. And they're like, oh my gosh, everybody must be doing parties. So I think it makes them want to book a party when it looks popular and like a scarcity. So I'm more that approach with it, I guess. But I also think, like, if I had to, let's say I didn't, like, every time I have a baby, I don't do parties for like 2 months. And I've had 4 babies and my oldest is 7. So I've essentially been pregnant for 7 years. So with this, I messaged people that, like, once a year, I'll message people if they want to have another party. If their party was an average that I liked. So for me, if their party average was over 2,000, I will message them and say, hey, do you want to set up a party for the year? And those are the top people. Those are people I want to party with again. And I will reach out to them. But yeah, hit up people, but do it once a year. Don't be doing it all the time, because then you look desperate. People don't want that. You know, they want to be with somebody that looks put together and looks like they're doing great.
Awesome. Well, I don't see any additional questions that came through for this subject on the daily task. So if you want to jump into your next segment, that'd be great.
Okay. So the next thing that you had mentioned was follow up, and like, how do I do a follow up? So I'm assuming you meant for like orders and customers and things like that. Is that okay? So with that, I'm going to tell you what I do, and then I'm going to tell you what I really, really do. Okay. So for follow up, I do not do, and none of this is wrong. Okay. All the things that everybody does, they're great and they work and it's great, right? So don't think just because one person, Jenni Flickinger, says, I don't do it this way, that it is not workable. And okay, clear, good, okay. So I don't do anything like the 2-2-2 or the 3 weeks and then like, I don't have like, and then you hit them up a year later. Like, I don't do anything like that. After a party, right after a party, I do follow up. Okay, and I'll tell you what that is because I do have something set I do after every single party. After that, my reservice outside order game is strong, but it's for everybody. Okay, it's for the mass of my customers. I'm always doing enough little sales. I have 4,000 people in my VIP group. Like, so I have enough other things that bring in those orders for me. So it's reservice for like 8 weeks. And then after that, I'm done. Like it's out. Like now they've fallen into the general population. Okay. If that makes sense. So I do the party. When the hostess is ordering with me, after she has her bag of stuff, I take her picture on my phone. The day after a party, I post that picture of her and we say how much free stuff she got. And we say how much money I made. And we say, thank you, we both appreciate you. And I post that picture. Sarah got $400 free and I made $800, right? So bing, that's there, okay? A day or two after the party, I am mailing out hot pink envelopes. Like if you take a full-size paper and you fold it in half, that's the size of the envelope, okay? So hot pink envelopes, and I'm mailing them. Anybody that spent over $100, which is everybody, they're getting a coupon in the mail that expires within 30 days of the party. So I have them all pre-set up. It's set up like this. I pull it out of the envelope. I write the 30-day date on it. I drop a shit ton of confetti in it, and I put it in the mail, okay? So I also put a catalog in there. Now, I don't train my new girls to do that because that's too big of a cost. So depending on where you are in the business would depend if you put one in there or not. But our catalogs currently are half a sheet of paper. So it fits real nice in that envelope, right? And it costs $1 for the whole thing. So for the stamp and the envelope and all, it's like $1, okay? So I'm mailing out that, and that's a gift at my party to get them to spend $100. So if you spend $100, you're gonna get a little gift in the mail in a couple days. You'll find it very useful. That's what I say. The gift is a coupon for them to shop again. Okay, so it's 25% off, and I'm mailing that. Okay, and that's a couple days after. They also get a thank you text a couple days after as well. The text wording, it's a graphic and pic collage. It's like, thanks for attending the party. I'm glad you were there. Let me know if you need anything. I don't say about shopping or not shopping because I want one text message for everybody that was in attendance, whether they ordered or not. Okay, so be very careful with your wording when you're sending this out. So it could be a blanket text to everybody that was there. So that way you can just pull your 10 Connect cards, text, done, right? So it's just a thank you for being present there. I have a 2-week email that goes out through Media Center, a 5-week email, and an 8-week email. I do 2-5-8, not 2-4-6-8 or anything like that, because I want to change paydays. Not everybody gets paid the same Friday. So instead of doing 2-4-6, I do 2-5-8. Okay? Because if you're always messaging on the same 2-week interval, you're missing a group of people that's not their payday. Okay? So the first email is, hope you got your stuff and you're enjoying it. Do you want to have a party of your own? The next one is, If you need anything else that you didn't get, you can place an order. And then the third one is an 8-week. It's been 8 weeks. It's been 2 months. Have you used up all your stuff? Do you need a refill? But generic. Okay, so I can mass email it through Media Center in a group to the group is the party name, the hostess's name. I can just push it out. Okay. Also in the event, 3 weeks after the party, I have a coaching that pops up and it says 1 week left to use your gift in the mail if you spent over $100. So it reminds them. Okay. So that is like my party follow-up, I guess, of what I do. Yeah, good. The other stuff that I do, that's like a different class. I've taught that before. Girls on my team have taught that too, like the reserve, like 24 ways to get outside orders and like things like that. So we've done things like that. And I do a ton of, like I said, outside sales. I'd say 65 to 70% of my business is probably outside orders from different things.
Are you mainly utilizing sales directly from your inventory, or are you also utilizing your personal website, like when corporate has the deals over the weekend?
Yeah, if I don't have something already planned out and going on, I will show them corporates. But if I already had something in the mix written on my business plan, or if that doesn't work with what I'm doing, or if I just did something similar, no, I don't even mention it. They don't even know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. We had Courtney came through in the chat. And actually, Courtney, this is going to lead into the next section that Jenny was actually going to be talking about, growing your clientele. But she had messaged, it sounds like you're in the point of your business, you have a lot of clientele. You don't have to bother people to get sales. It'd be really helpful to share with us your first couple of years of business, like, you know, like the very beginning. Like, how did you get this snowball effect of this big clientele, this big business that you have? You know, share with us, like, as if you were new.
So, Courtney, the first thing is, it's like you don't have to bother people. Listen, I text everybody at least once a month. I text 5,000 people once a month. So I'm not like, people don't just come to me. Those 200 orders every month don't just come to me. Like, I'm doing something. I am bothering them to get them to do that, because out of sight, out of mind. If I'm not in their face, they're not ordering with me. Those orders wouldn't come, right? But so I am, you say bother, and I'm not taking it in any sort of way, but I still do. I still have to be like, hey. But now I just have a very scheduled, hey, you know, like, I do this on this day. I do this on this day. This is how I'm going to tap this group of people. So it's always going to be an outreach. I probably have 10 people a month that just come to me and order out of nowhere. You know, I probably have 2 people or 3 people a month that just want to book a party out of nowhere with no prompting from me. But I've also been in business 10 years. So yes, there is some of that, but a lot of it still is messaging them. And you said, I feel like I'm still bothering them. I don't give a shit. If they don't want you to text them, they'll say stop. I don't care. They get text messages from me 1 or 2 a month. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. If they don't like it, cool, delete their phone number. If they say, take me off your list, I mean, I have a couple of those every single month. I probably remove 3 or 4 people every single month because they got a new number, or they're not interested, or they signed up, or their friend sells it now. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Okay. So when I think about when I was new, okay, so the second part of this, how did I get a clientele? I did parties. Okay, that's what I did. Back in the day, that's all we did. You know, that's just how it was. You did parties. And I'm going to tell you, my first year in business, the average party when I signed was $500. Okay, I was with Passion Parties. Our average party was $500. My first year in business, my party average was $498. So I was $2 below the company average. But you know what I sold that year? My first year in business, $64,000, because I did a ton of shitty parties. Ton of $498 parties. Okay. So think about that. Then the very next year, I had a $500,000 team. My second year in business, my first year with a team, $500,000. Okay. So do not think it takes you forever to do this. I had a $500,000 team with 50 girls. Okay. And we ended my team sales, my first year in business were 5,000. The next year, my team sales were 505,000. Like I literally had $500,000 in growth with my team in a year. We went from 6 of us to 51 of us, and we were a $500,000 team. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, like, don't sell yourself short. Know that, yeah, you could do it overnight. You could do it fucking quick. Okay. It can happen. I mean, to make board, cool. Get $200,000 sellers, sell 100 yourself. Boom. A 3 per, like 3 people. Like, you know how many people do that kind of stuff now, you guys? I think so many times, oh, I'm just going to virtual sell. I'm just going to dabble. Cool. There's girls in this company, virtual selling only, doing 50 grand a year. Like it ain't no thing. Why is that not you? So get out of your head. So much of this is a mind space, and where you are. You can do whatever you want to do. I mean, what I had done 10 years ago, 9 years ago was unheard of, to have a $500,000 team with your first year with the team. Nobody did that. At least not with passion parties. That was like a big deal, right? So I want you to think, how did I get a clientele? I met people, I did parties. I collected their info always. I never did a half-assed job. Even when this wasn't my full-time gig, I still did everything 100%. I still collected their info. I still collected their birthday. I paid for a system called Constant Contact, if you guys have ever heard of that. And I typed in all their stuff, and I sent them birthday emails, and I sent them birthday cards, and I've done it from day one. Okay. So you have to do that. You have to. And if you haven't, I just cleaned out my contacts, all my contacts. I had 6,000 and something contacts. I got it down to like 5,400 because some of them were duplicates and some of their emails bounced every time, like clean it up, make that a project to have by the end of the year that's complete. If you have shit on Connect cards that you haven't typed in electronically, either into Excel or the COO somewhere, get it in, because that is the future. Texting, phone numbers, emails aren't dead. Okay, I get a ton of stuff from emails, all right? But you have to have it all in there. So if you have it somewhere, get your data entry skills popping and get it all typed in, because I think a lot of you guys can have more of a clientele than what you realize, but you haven't saved their shit. So you're like, I don't even know. 2 years ago, I sold to these girls and I don't even know their names. Start fresh, start now. It has to start somewhere. But doing the stuff 100% every time, just do it. Even if you do it 2 weeks late, send those $100 club letters. Oh, just do it, even if you're doing it late. But your clientele gets built by consistency, doing literally the same shit. Okay. And I mean, now it is really nice, to think I've done 48 parties and I'll maybe do another 20, maybe. Let's say I do 60 parties this year, but my sales will be over $400,000. Okay. So a ton of my sales are from outside orders. I got a party average of $3,000. My party average is $3,000, it takes practice and it takes work, but you have to start and you have to treat them like a customer forever. You don't just have a customer and assume they're clientele. You have to make them that way. You have to schmooze them, because if not, Jenny's going to swoop in and send them a birthday card full of confetti. And now who do they like better? Me. They're mine, not yours. So be the one, be the one that's doing all the extra things, because they are going to appreciate that and want to be with you.
I definitely agree. I think that in this business, it is schmoozing, but I do agree, Jenny, that when you said that get out of your own head, because if you think about it, we're in direct sales. So when people say, I don't want to be salesy, you're in direct sales. You're not in direct manufacturing or direct, counseling. You're in direct sales. So people know you are selling. So,
and one thing for me, like, don't you guys hate when you see other people either with Pure Romance or not, or other direct sales companies, and they're like being like stealth or like trying to like beat around the bush? Like, no, this is my product. This is what I have to offer. Are you in or out? I feel like people almost appreciate that rawness, that directness, that when people send me a message, hey, and it's the same copy and paste message that I get 4 or 5 times a month from Usborne Books. And I'm like, Jesus shit, like I can't, right? So I always say, oh my gosh, my kids are stocked up, but I appreciate your hustle. I hope your business is going well. I look awesome, but I'm not. I'm not, don't be doing that to me. We've never done business together. We're not like that, we're not friends, and I think just being salesy, like, this is what I have, like, Pure Romance is popping. Like, if you need something, I'm here. I feel like people almost appreciate that fresh, open, like, just, this is what it is, lay it on the table. Like, none of us, we're all so busy. We don't have time to like figure it out what it is or what company or what they're doing. Like, quit being coy. It doesn't matter. It's not cute anymore. I mean, like, just throw it out there.
Tammy asked, do you use a service for mass texting? And I'm going to add on to that question. I know you do. You might as well tell them what you do, but when did you start utilizing that?
So I use Engage now. I might be flipping a Project Broadcast if I can keep my same number and stuff. I think they're both fine. I don't think it matters. I'm not loyal to one over the other. I might flip to the other one because it might be a little cheaper with the amount that I text. I have done that for 2.5 years. Okay, so I was in business 7.5 years before I touched it. Now, I do think texting is more prevalent now. So I don't think you have to wait 7.5 years like me if you want to get into something like that. But I'm going to tell you, when I had 300 birthday customers, my husband texted 300 people for me. 319-270-4682. Paste. 319-721-642. Paste. I mean, literally, it would take him an hour and 20 minutes to text 300 people. So don't tell me that you don't want to start paying. I don't have money to pay for that. Cool. Text them old school. It'll take you an hour and a half. You'll get at least one order and you're fine. You just made $25 an hour. So you're fine. Like, so don't, I think a lot of people jump the gun on stuff like that. Like, you don't need it. If you're not making money, don't be spending money. You don't need to do that yet. It's too soon. Pay your dues. Hate your life for a couple of years, like we all did that are successful. You got to hate your fucking life for a minute. Like, this is part of it. Pay your dues.
All right. Samantha asks, how do you post about your on-hand product, and do you use a website or app to sell your on-hand items? I think what she might be referring to is, do you use the was it Constant Contact? No, not that. What's the, the one I'm talking about, Jenny? The one
was it Pure Sale or Quick? I use Quick Sale, but my customers don't know what I have on hand. They know what I have on hand if I tell them. And to me, it doesn't matter what I have on hand, because if I don't, I'm going to act like I do. I'm going to order it and I'm going to ship it. It doesn't matter.
Comment sold. That was the thing I was trying to
say. No, I don't use comment sold. I've had $70,000 flash sales without comment sold. I think it's great, but I think it's expensive. And I need a minute I have to see somebody else do it. I got to look at all their stuff. Like, I'm an investigator before I try anything new, because once again, subscription boxes was on my list for 2 years. right? So if I'm in something, I'm all in, and I'm not ready to put my focus on anything else right now. So maybe it's great, but I know nothing about it. Okay. And as for like selling stuff that's on hand, yeah, sometimes if like when we have a lot of discontinued scents, I still have a bunch of Oak and Amber, I have a bunch of Capri Dream, I have a bunch of the Sweet Fantasy, and I'll keep ordering it until I can't. And then when it's low, and you have like 5 of these and 1 of these, and you can't talk about it at a party anymore because it's so sporadic what you have, I'll just post a picture of what I have left. I'll say the price and say, this is it. This is all there is. And it'll be gone in 2 hours.
Almost like a mini like doorbuster deals. That
Yeah, this is what it is. First people to comment, what do you want? This is what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Going to our last subject of the night. How do you branch out and grow your clientele when your current client pool is not buying or booking parties? So obviously you're not having to worry about that in your current state of your business, but I think this is more like going for our new ladies that they feel like they've kind of gotten the well really dry.
So do you have these questions? Is there anybody here right now that said that would be somebody, because I got to ask some questions. Is there somebody that you think is in that situation? Maybe raise your hand right now so we can see. Like, is there anybody that's you? Like your current clientele pool isn't buying and you're kind of like, what do I do? Sarah? Okay, Sarah, unmute yourself. Can I put her on Front Street? Okay. Hi, Sarah. Okay, so let me ask you a couple of things. If you feel like there's 2 things. There's growing your clientele and getting new people, because I felt like this was a 2-part thing when you had sent this to me, Dee, okay? There's growing your clientele, and there's also getting your clientele, your current clientele, to shop, okay? So it's kind of 2 things. So if you feel like your current clientele is not shopping, tell me, are they spending less, or is it the less quantity of orders? Which one of that is it more for you?
Less quantity of orders.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to challenge you to think about what you're putting in front of them. And I think so many times we do the same thing or the same type or the same. So like for me, if I want sales, you know what I'm going to post up? Buy 2 items, get an item free, mix and match the whole catalog. Because I know I'm going to get some sales. The cheapest item's free. I don't care if they order 3 toys. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I still made money. You still are making a lot of money. Doesn't matter what it is. So I'm going to challenge all of you that feel that the quantity of orders are low to think about, are you putting the same deals in front of them, or they're just bored? You're not entertaining anymore? Is it the same shit you're doing over and over? Is it always 20% off? Is it always a cute little bag? Is it always a pick a number? Is it always a buy this, get this free gift? Is it, do some things, do some different things. Dee, write this down and I'll send it to you. A list for the plan. My team has a list of like 80 different sales ideas, and I plug them all into my yearly calendar. Not all of them, because some of them are stupid. I don't like them, but I plug in at least 60 deals into my plan. Like a happy hour sale where they can only order for an hour. Your 2 flash sales, like a BOGO sale, and choose 3 items for this price. A Friday the 13th. I mean, all of these things, I got them all on a list for you. And pick them. And once you do it, cross it off. Don't do it again until you get through the list. I think a lot of times our clients are bored with us, or they already have shave cream. Quit doing a deal on damn shave cream. They don't care. It's November. They're not shaving their legs till April anyway. Like it doesn't matter. So I think that like, make sure you guys are making it fun and making it where they have to check in and they have to be like, what is this? What now? What is she doing? She's always doing something weird, you know? Like there's times where I'll give away a lottery ticket, not even a Pure Romance item, but everybody places an order. I hope you're feeling lucky. And I'll go buy 100 lottery tickets in a pack. I'll put a lottery ticket in everybody's order, you know? Just doing weird shit. Like we're immune as consultants because you guys have great leaders and sponsors and we get weird stuff and we do bid jars and busted booty and all these fun things. Normal people don't get weird stuff. So when you do weird stuff, it's fun. It's fun for them and they're paying attention, you know? Go ahead, Sarah.
Right now I've been doing like a feng shui. So I've been doing like geodes and correcting them. So I'm trying something completely different as well as I'm doing like a nature theme for November for my parties.
Cool.
Still having a similar issue with my VIP group.
Yeah. I mean, with all of those sales and things that I'm talking about, that's the stuff I do in my VIP group. I probably have 4 sales a month in my VIP group, weird stuff. Always something weird. Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna say. Like, I'm gonna challenge all of you to think outside the box and do something different. Make your sales different. Quit doing the same 25% off or buy this, get this. They've already seen it. They're bored. Give them something new. Make them pay attention.
Oh, cool. Does anybody else happen to have any specific questions? You can either put it in the chat or heck, we'll go gallery view. Yeah. And if you want to, you can unmute yourself and be brave and actually ask Jenni anything that you want right now to be answered for you personally. I mean, this ladies, this is
on the spot. Okay, I'm ready.
This is worth its weight in gold.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
All right, go Maggie. I see your hand up.
Hi, Jenni. So I have only been a consultant since May, and I have never organized like a flash sale or like a birthday month sale or anything. And I'm kind of wondering, when is a good time to shoot for doing that? Like, do I need to be in business a certain amount of time before I try to do a flash sale?
Okay, so when I came over from Passion Parties, I did 5 years there, and now I've done 5 years here with Pure Romance. Okay, I had never heard of flash sales till we merged. So I had never, we didn't have VIP groups, we didn't have flash sales, a money train group. Like, what is all, like, we knew nothing, right? That's why Pure Romance had to buy us, because we were crap. But so we didn't know any of these things. And I will tell you, the first couple of years, I told new girls, don't touch it. Don't touch a flash sale. Okay. Now I don't care. I let them all come to the flash sale training class that I do once a year. It doesn't matter to me, but they need to have realistic expectations. They need to know that their flash sale is not going to be 50,000. It might only be 1,200. And even if they put in the same 20 hours to set it up that it takes me, they might have a way less return. So they need to make sure that the time is spent and that they are okay with it. So because a flash sale is not something that's just thrown together. Okay, like I made something, I haven't even told corporate about it yet, and I've only told a couple people on my team, but I'll tell you guys. So I did it. Okay, but now in the spring, I'm gonna let a couple of my trainers do it, and then I'll let everybody know what I got. But I made a flash sale template, okay? And it's like, I don't know, I could show it to you. Can I screen share or no?
Yeah, here, hold on. Let me.
It's like a tracker that makes it so you guys would do what I do during my flash sale, right? So screen share. Let's see.
I'm making you co-host.
Okay.
And then
I'll show it to you guys. Because think if you had this and you follow these same steps that the pros are doing, you know, then maybe you could have some. Oh, I got it. Okay.
got it. All right.
Let me open it here. and see. I'll probably have to stop screen share and click on the Excel, right? You guys can't see the Excel. Here we go. Okay, so I made this. So like at the top, you plug in the date of your sale. I say to do a live party 5 weeks before, the day you're packing the orders, the day of your pickup party, and the actual shipping day. So you plug those in and then it populates all those dates for you. It tells you when you're doing it, where to do it, and what the hell you should be doing. So I don't know. I did like, it starts 8 weeks before, right? And it says decide on your theme. Pick your theme, you know? And then it goes all the way till like the days before the sale, the day after the sale, and then day after the sale, 4 days before pack day, 2 days before pack day, packing day. Like, and it's just silly, like making sure you post a picture of you packing the orders, right? Like, is this not gold, D? Like, this is what's up, right?
Yes.
So,
I know the ladies that love organization. They're just like, oh my God, yeah.
I mean, you can't screw it up, right? Like, you're not going to miss a step. If you miss a step, you decided not to do it, okay? And it's going to tell you the date you're supposed to do it, right? So like you plug in your dates at the top and then you just look at this and then you do it. So like tomorrow I have to post, hey, flash sale flashback if there's anything else that you want, right? So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I feel like it's good. I can't wait to give it to my team because then even a new girl would know when and what to do. Like I tell you to post 8 times a day and you're like, what the hell am I supposed to post 8 times a day? Well, there you go. Now it's on a list, right?
I think that was what I had heard about. I got the impression that flash sales were some mystical beast or something, but I didn't really have an idea of what was involved in the
a
setup
lot of work.
of a flash sale.
A lot of work if you're going to do it correctly. And I'll tell you, I have, and I'm crazy, right? Because I'm crazy. I just wrapped up my last flash sale. That's why I'm still like, my orders just went out. Like I just did it. But I have all my stats from my very first flash sale in 2016 when we merged. So like my very first one was a whopping $4,500, right? And
That's still money. That's still money.
Yeah, exactly. And so like my biggest one was 77,000 and it was 394 orders. Right. But I tracked like my per person, what my average per person was and things like that just to see. But yeah, make yourself a little thing like that. So I have every flash sale because I do 2 a year since 2016 for 5 years. So I got 10, my last 10 flash sales numbers here. And it's just kind of cool.
Oh, the magical question from Courtney. Are those numbers retail or sales, like discounted sales?
Full retail. Full retail. Yep.
All right. Is anybody else feeling brave, wanting to ask a question for Jenny? Something maybe specific for you that you need at this time or anything else? I see Samantha's hand went up. Go ahead, Samantha. Unmute yourself.
Okay. I've been in business since March of this year, and I'm having issues with getting people involved in my VIP group. So I have done all of these steps. I have messaged a lot of girls. I've tried to do everything that I've been told by Jessica, and it seems to not work. Any advice?
So how many people are in your group?
52.
Okay, so you need to have like 250 by the end of the year. There's your goal. Message me and let me know if you do it. Okay. You need to add, how many people you have friends with on Facebook?
210.
Okay, so you invite all of them every 30 days. Because if they don't join a group in 30 days after that 30-day preview, they roll out and they only get the preview and then you can invite them again. Also make sure you're setting the reminder. So once you invite them, you're allowed to send a reminder one time. Always send the reminder as well. I mean, when you're doing, you know what, and here's what I did, honestly. And nowadays, like QR codes are a thing. Fucking 2016, it wasn't. So you need to put your QR codes, your VIP group on everything, all your follow-up, all your emails, everything that you're putting in front of your customers. On the back of my catalog is like a QR code to my link tree. takes them to all my shit. You need to make sure that you are directing them to there. You should be on your 3 times a day, you're posting on your personal page. One of your posts should be, go see my VIP group.
Okay.
Every single day.
Now, how do you, I've
You
always
need to
been-
add more you need to add more Facebook friends. You know, way more than 200 people. I mean, I have to delete 2 or 3 people a day. Like,
Well, when I
add
started-
more friends. I don't give a shit if you don't like them. Add them anyway. Take their money. It doesn't matter.
Right. Well, when I started Pure Romance, I only had 15 friends on Facebook.
Okay, well, you need to like Google your high school and like friend all those bitches. Like, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know what
And
I
then-
mean? Like,
Right.
yeah.
I had one more question. So you said QR code. I've heard that, but no one's actually gave me the steps of how to make that. Like, I don't know where to go to
So,
get that.
You can just go on Google and type in make a free QR code, and there's websites that'll do it for you.
Okay. And then what do I need the link that I share to people for the VIP group to make the QR code?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
It's going to ask you to put a website for your QR code. Sorry, I had to think about mine because mine's like a link tree. I have mine a little bit different. I don't know if I can show you guys that or not, but so I have it linked to like my TikTok, my Snapchat, my Facebook group, my personal page, my subscription box, like a Google form where they can fill out a subscription box, the join my team page on my website, my shopping, catalog link. I don't know if I said that. There's a bunch of shit.
Samantha, a suggestion came in from Courtney to join a group in your area and add a couple people every day. So, you know,
What kind of group? Like,
Moms.
mom group. Do you like to crochet? Do you have a dog? Join a dog group. Do you have a guinea pig? Join a guinea pig group.
Yeah.
There's groups for everything on Facebook.
But here's the thing. When you do that to me, and I don't know you, I'm annoyed by you.
yeah. So how do you get past that?
You add your friend, you add people that you have talked to one time in your life. Because then at least you have some sort of connection. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. People are adding me to their group. I got some shit today. And I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't even know. The last time we talked was 2012 and you were rude. Like, no, I'm not getting in your stupid group. I don't like you. I mean, you don't want people to think like just add everybody and maybe start with adding them as friends. And then in 6 months from now, you invite them to your VIP group. Shit is not instant. It is not instant. You have to do the things. Like, you got to do the stuff and do all the, you know, do the raffles to get people in your group, do the things, but add 10 people and I'm going to give away a whatever, comment me. But if you only have 50 people, there's only going to be 5 of them that see your post anyway. So you need to be like texting out your group and emailing out your group, and at every single party you meet, like, pause. So on Halloween, I handed out these little Halloween trick-or-treat bags to the moms that I was passing when I was taking my herd trick-or-treating, right? And in here, on this little all treats, no tricks, there's my code. It takes them to my link tree of all my stuff. Here's my business card. Takes them to, I don't even know, my VIP group, my website, and a catalog. Right? So like, put it on everything. Put the shit everywhere. Your website doesn't like, your website's cool, but I have more control over people if they have my Facebook group than my website.
Courtney, to clarify, Courtney has said she thought corporate asked us not to hand out goodie bags. What corporate's asking us not to do on Halloween, Courtney, is don't put goodie bags in trick or treat bags or give it to a kid saying, here, give this to your mom.
Yes.
It's like,
This is me walking by other moms saying, here's a treat bag for the mamas, Pure Romance style, and putting it in their hand. So they know what I'm doing even before they take it.
It's kind of like the same concept of the houses that have beer or wine for the adults. Like, they know this is the treat for the adults.
Yes.
This is for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, anybody else feeling brave, wanting to ask questions? I can pick on some of you guys because I know some of your businesses. I know like Amberly's rebooting her business. I know Courtney's still growing hers. Amber's starting to move from a massive hobbyist to part-time level to eventually full-time level. So this is the time, ladies. Jenni is a prime resource. This is
I
like,
don't know anything.
you
I
have
know
to
nothing.
pay for this kind of one-on-one session for
I
her.
know nothing.
All right, go ahead, Amber. Unmute yourself.
So not really a question because you've answered pretty much all the questions I have, but I am in the process of rebooting my business. I am trying to grow my VIP group. I am trying to get parties. I am trying to get sales, and all of your advice is amazing. And I've got it all written down and it will be utilized soon.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, back to Samantha.
Okay, so we know that Christmas is coming up next month. What do you recommend that for people that are starting out just now the business? What do you recommend for us to do for Christmas?
Look at all these Christmas cards behind me. I bought 4,000 Christmas cards today.
I love Christmas. That's why I was like, what do I do?
Oh my God, I don't know what I'm thinking. So every year I do Christmas cards. I usually generate, I think last year, maybe like $17,000 of retail from these cards that I send out. But I, keep it to scale. If you're sending it to 100 people, you're going to have 5 people, so keep it to scale. But I send out Christmas cards and I put Christmas cash in them. So all my low-level customers, whether they ordered with me or not throughout the year, get $10 because the cheapest thing we have is 20. So even if they order the cheapest thing, I break even, right? And I know I always sell over 20 grand, so I'm going to actually make 10% because I'm going to get the retail bonus. So you want to do $10, and it's only on product, not tax or shipping. And then the more they spend, the bigger they get. But my intervals are in intervals of 25. So it's 10, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So if they spend $1,000 with me this year, I'm going to send them $100. They're going to spend another 300 and I still make money. The $10 girls are going to be like, oh my God, that's so nice of you. And they'll spend $300 and you'll be like, you know what? You just spent so much. I'm going to double it for you. So you take $20 off their $300 order. But their Christmas cards are huge and you have to do follow-up with it. Okay. It doesn't just happen. Some of them will just order, but like I have them on, pull my customer list from the CLO and I push it to Excel. So I have everybody there. So I drop the cards in the mail on December 1st. And then I will send out a text and multiple texts and I'll post on Facebook and I'll send out emails. And I think last year I collected like 17,000 of retail. The year before was 14,000. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a lot of people have shitty Decembers. If you want to not have a shitty December and you want to change your team trajectory, how about the whole team does 100 Christmas cards a piece? You'll have the biggest month you've ever had. I mean, like, just try it. But yeah, and I print address labels. I will try to sign as many of these cards as I can, just so it really is me. But then I'll probably have my assistant do some if I don't get through them all. I just had wrist surgery, so I'm kind of like, and I get my tits done in a week. So I don't know how I'm going to feel.
All right, last question, then we're going to be wrapping things up. Go ahead, Andrea. I see your hand up. What question do you have for Jenni? Oh, hold on. Now you're unmuted.
I can't hear you.
Still can't hear you, Andrea, even though you're unmuted. Try it again.
Nope. Dang it. Type it. I'll watch the chat.
Type it. Type it fast, Andrea. All right. Well, while she's typing up her question, before we go, I just want to say also, Jenni, thank you so much for
No problem.
giving us your time, giving us your info. Yeah, I am going to be following up with you because I know the ladies are going to want the form. So ladies, I will post up the form in the event page that I created. If events, I think I can post a form in that event page. Otherwise, you can just send me your email and I can always email it to you. Oh, Andrea, do you do Christmas baskets?
No. I don't think it's bad. I mean, definitely do it. Yeah, sure. Like I said, I'm sure it's on my list of 80 things you should do to get sale. Like it's probably on there, but I don't. I'll do a couple random things in Christmas time, but my Christmas cards is my big thing in December. I also saw Courtney. I did that a year ago and postage was $400. Yeah, my postage is usually like, my postage will be probably $2,500. But everything's to scale, right? If I sold $14,000 or $17,000, I probably made $6,000 profit still, even after postage, you know? So, you know, the card, you get the cheapest cards at Walmart and the cards are 10 cents a piece and the postage is 55. So you're paying 60 cents, you know, 70 cents a card or whatever. That's cheap. Send out 100. You got $70. You know, I guarantee if you do the follow-up and do it how I tell you to do it, you're going to make $70. I guarantee it. If you don't, I'll give you $70, you know, but you got to do what I tell you to do. You have to do the steps and the texting and the follow-up and everything. I guarantee you'll make your money back.
Yeah, because it's not just the cards you're doing. You said that you do the card is the initial thing, but then you're doing the others.
And then on like the 10th, I say, hey, did you get your Christmas card yet? Boom, the first text goes out. Right? And then on the 20th, the next text goes out. And then on the 30th, the last text goes out, and that's when everybody orders. And it expires the end of the year, it expires December 31st. They have to use it by then. If they don't, they message me on January 4th. Do I still let them redeem it? Absolutely. I'm going to take their money. I will take their $200 order and give them their $10 free. Sure. Don't trip over pennies.
Good advice. Good advice. Well, thank you again
Yeah,
so
no
much,
problem.
Jenny. Thank you, ladies, for tuning in. I know for some of you this is a super late night, but you know what? It's worth it because
thanks for coming on, guys.
Show up
Thanks
to go
for
up.
coming on.
Thanks,
Send
Jenny.
me the
Have a
stuff,
great
D, and I'll
night.
message it over to you.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks again, ladies. Have a great night.
All right. See you guys.